one of the greatest living Americans, one of the great Americans of both the 20th and 21st centuries, the president that changed the country, the president that saved America. Please help me welcome President Donald J. Trump.
Many members of House and Senate, former members of my cabinet and administration, state, local leaders, and countless other distinguished guests, thank you all for being here. A real pleasure to be with you. Just 2 years ago, with the help of many people in this room, we had a booming economic recovery like nobody's seen before, the strongest and most secure border in U.S. history, energy independence and even energy dominance, historically low gas prices, as you know, no inflation, a fully rebuilt military, and a country that was highly respected all over the world by other leaders, by other countries, highly respected. Very simply, we had made America great again. We made it great again, and we did it by putting workers first, by putting families first, and above all, by putting America first. But now our country has been brought to its knees, literally brought to its knees, and who would have thought this could happen? Inflation is the highest in 49 years, 9.1%, and a lot of people think it's much higher than that. Gas prices have reached the highest in the history of our country. We have become a beggar nation, groveling to other countries for energy. Millions of illegal aliens are stampeding across our wide open borders, pouring into our country. It's an invasion. Democrat-run cities are setting all-time murder records. Our country is being dealt one historic humiliation after another on the world stage. And at home, our most basic rights and liberties are totally under siege. The American dream is being torn to shreds, and we will not have a country left if this economic, social, and attack on civilization itself is not quickly reversed. Newt Gingrich, friend of mine who's in our audience, told me this morning that our country has not been this weak in terms of prestige and relative economics and respect since the Civil War. And yet, there is time for us to bring America back from the brink. It's at the brink. Got to bring it back from the brink. We gather today on the verge of a historic midterm election. The American people are poised to reject the failed reign of Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi, Chuck Schumer, and the radical left in a momentous landslide. This is an incredible opportunity. And they're going to vote to rescue America's future. I'm here before you to begin to talk about what we must do to achieve that future when we win a triumphant victory in 2022 and when a Republican president takes back the White House in 2024, which I strongly believe will happen. There's a tremendous amount to be done, from reviving our economy to liberating our energy to restoring our standing in the world. But for this afternoon, I want to speak about some of the core elements of our agenda, and in particular, public safety, of which we have very little. There's no higher priority than cleaning up our streets, controlling our borders, stopping the drugs from pouring in, and quickly restoring law and order in America. Under the Democrat rule, in Democrat-run cities, Democrat-run states, and a Democrat-run federal government, the criminals have been given free rein more than ever before. There's never been a time like this. Our streets are riddled with needles and soaked with the blood of innocent victims. Many of our once great cities, from New York to Chicago to LA, where the middle class used to flock to live the American dream, are now war zones. Literal war zones. Every day there are stabbings, rapes, murders, and violent assaults of every kind imaginable. Bloody turf wars rage without mercy. Parents are worried sick that their kids will get shot. We need to get in there immediately, go into every drug den, every stash house, every hideaway, and round up the dealers and killers and the gang members and charge them with any and every crime that we find. And there are a lot of them: drug crimes, sex crimes, all sorts of crimes, vicious, horrible crimes like we've really never seen before, certainly not on a scale like this. You know, it's interesting, when I campaigned in 2016, the border was a big deal, and I talked about it constantly, and I won. Then in 2020, I couldn't talk about the border. You know why? Because I did such a good job. There was nothing to talk about. I said, it's true. I said, I can't talk about it. I complained. I said, I did too good a job. We have to be able to close up those borders, and we have to be able to send many of the people back. Many of those people have to be sent back. And there are a lot of bad ones, so we have to send them back. So I don't know how Kevin is going to handle that. I don't know how the Senate is going to handle that. Steve, you're going to have to help, and all of the people are going to have to help. But, you know, you still need somebody in the White House, or it's not going to get done. It can't be done. You need help. And I think that help will be forthcoming, and I think it's going to be a lot sooner than people think. Very important. Republicans should be laying the groundwork for this today, and we need to stand and fight and demand that real border security, strong border security, be included in the spending bill. We need to establish a commission to hold China accountable for unleashing the virus upon the world and the damage they've caused. And we need to restore my administration's initiative to target and eliminate Chinese espionage, which Joe Biden outrageously abolished. You know, we had it. Huawei couldn't come in, Newt. You know that. They were prohibited from coming in. All of a sudden, they're all over the place. It's crazy what's going on. We should once again require able-bodied single adults to go to work or train for a job in order to receive welfare and other benefits. You got to work. And we should require proof of citizenship to receive the child. We have to do this to get the child tax credit, to stop subsidizing illegal immigration. We're bringing illegal immigrants into our country because they're paying them a fortune. We're paying them. In California, the governor wants to pay for their education, their medical. They want to give them more than our vets. They want to give them better benefits than our vets and citizens. We need a bold range of election integrity reforms from beginning unsecure. And remember this, the unsecured drop boxes are a disaster. A disaster. You know, if you give $5,600 plus $1, they put you in jail. $5,600. You can't give any more than that. They put you in jail. Zuckerberg gave $417 million. So what's happening? Just an amazing thing. And we want to ensure universal voter ID. But our goal should be same-day voting with only paper ballots. That's just like France just had. Same-day voting. We have plenty of capacity. Same-day voting with only paper ballots. That's it. The military, if it's based far away only, can vote, and people that are legitimately ill can vote by mail-in. But that's a very small category. Same-day voting. France just had an election, Newt. 55 million people. They voted. At 11 o'clock, it was over. There was no dispute, no nothing. It was all paper. Everything was paper. Same day. They voted in one day. It started early in the morning. It went throughout the day. They had plenty of capacity. 55 million. It's bigger than the States. 55 million. Same-day voting, all paper. You're not going to have any more problems. We need to break the chokehold of Silicon Valley censors and restore free speech in America. These are the choices that America must confront on the road ahead. Right now, these next few years, our country will decide whether we are going to allow a corrupt and radical ruling class to snuff out the torch of liberty, or whether we will resist the forces of decay and raise that torch higher and prouder than ever to enlighten and inspire the entire world. We can do that. Together we're standing up against, thank you, I think. Together we're standing up against some of the most menacing forces, entrenched interests, and vicious opponents our people have ever seen or confronted. Fake news media is corrupt and complicit. If they weren't, we would have a much quicker heal, because in its own way, they're the police of honesty and all. And when people don't trust them, their approval rating is now lower than Congress, which is saying something. Sorry for all you congressmen, but that's the truth. It's been there for a long time. But, you know, when I first ran, it was very high. And I'm very honored to say that I've revealed something that people just didn't know. But it's never been like it is now. It's never been like it is now. If I renounced my beliefs, if I agreed to stay silent, if I stayed at home and just took it easy, the persecution of Donald Trump would stop immediately. It would stop. But that's not what I will do. I can't do that. A much simpler life. I have to save our country. I can't do that because I love our country, and I can't do that because I love the people of our country. So I can't do that. I wouldn't do it, and people don't want me to do it. Thank you very much. And I believe that we will come together and choose instead a future of renewal, revival, recovery, resurgence, and in the end, a nation that is more exceptional than it ever was before. I believe we can do that. America's story is far from over. And in fact, we are just getting ready for an incredible comeback, a comeback that we have no choice but to make. We don't have a choice. We won't have a country if we don't make it. Through strength, we will restore our safety. Through hard work, we will rebuild our prosperity. Through courage, we will reclaim our liberty. Through love, we will repair our unity. Through success, we will rediscover our pride. And through unyielding determination together, we will make America stronger, safer, freer, greater, and more glorious than ever before. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's been a great honor. Thank you.